All right, I'm standing here with the winner of the last match. It is none other than Winter. How you feeling?
Not too bad.
I should suspect so. Before the match, you said that history was going to repeat itself, and it appears that it has. So tell us about what happened in that first game. It seemed like that was a pretty solid victory for you.
First game pretty much went according to plan. As soon as I saw he was playing defensive and that he wouldn't have a lair, I knew I'd have a lead. I noticed throughout the games he played a little bit defensive unless he really wanted to do a huge attack, so I kind of took advantage of that, especially in the first game. And then from there, once you get more mutas than him and you just continue getting more mutas, it's hard to lose from that point.
Absolutely. So in the second game, from our perspective, it looks like you run in with Zerglings, you see him going lair, and then as soon as he kills those Zerglings off, he canceled the lair and goes heavy into ground. What was it like from your perspective?
Well, as soon as I saw the Lings with the upgrades, it didn't matter to me if he had mutas or not. I made a critical mistake in when you have higher tech units like mutas, you can't be using them to do the same thing he's doing. Like, he's going for run by, I'm going for run by. He has a lot more Zerglings than I have mutas, so I'm not going to get damage done. When I tried to kill his third base, I realized, you know what, this is all falling apart real quick back here. And I realized I had made a pretty critical mistake. I think if I had just stayed at home with the mutas, eventually I would just grind my way through the Zerglings. But I kind of jumped the gun a little bit on attacking, and I paid for it over the course of 10 painful minutes.
So then we went on to our third game, the final game of the series, and in that one it seemed like you got a lot more aggressive kind of towards the end of the early game. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. As soon as I saw he was going for, if I see they're going for normal, like straight up speedling, baneling, the first two games he opened with speed on one base, which is a little bit weirder. It's kind of awkward to attack into because it's kind of a coin flip if they have units or not, because they have to drone up or they just go for a big attack. So I didn't really want to flip that coin. I just wanted to go up to lair and play it safe. But the next game I saw he was going for a hatch first. I knew it was kind of a known quantity where I knew he could have X amount of Zerglings or drones, and if he's on about the same economy as me, which he was, and he didn't have that potential for early attack, I am very confident just going to kill him. Just go kill him. I don't care how many spines he has, I'll just get more banelings. But that was what I did that game.
And that seems to work out really well for you. I mean, that was pretty convincing at that third game. So now you're continuing on into the winner's bracket. I haven't looked into the bracket to see who your next opponent is, but how are you feeling at this point?
As long as it's not Puck, I don't think anyone else can stop me.
If it's not Puck, it will be soon. Is that what I'm hearing from Aaron?
Puck versus Ski Boots.
I can't hear him. It doesn't matter. We are going to have Puck.
It'll eventually be Puck.
So eventually be Puck. Do you think that you're going to beat him on the first go and send him to the loser's bracket, or are you going to have to come back around?
We'll just go with yes. We're going to bring him down to the loser's bracket. We're going to go into day number 2 on top. Or wait.
So it's either Puck or Zan is going to be winner's next match. So what do you feel about Zan?
He can try.
That seems to be your response to everybody besides Puck at this point.
Just about, yeah. We know who the who's really pulling their weight when we Archon together.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, Winter, thank you so much for joining me up here, and we wish you luck in the rest of the tournament. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of you as the day goes on.
Thank you.
All right, take care. And I think that we have Spyderslayer here for a few comments as he's moving down. So, Brett, how you doing?
Oh, great. Great. It was a fun series. Real fun. It's always fun to play Winter, and I feel great. It would have been nice to eke out that last win, but that's that, you know.
Yeah, so let's tell me a little bit about your strategy. What was your plan going into those games?
Well, both him and I like our Lings and Mutas. It's ZVZ and Hots right now, so Legacy of the Void, that might change, but right now, Lings and Mutas are where it's at least for us terrible NA players. So I knew that. And then there's some different things you can do around that. You can go roaches and whatever to early attack if you want, but I decided to play pretty straight up the first game, and it didn't work out. There was 1,200 unspent minerals, unspent resources average over the game. That's terrible. You can't win a ZVZ that way. And so he won the first one pretty convincingly, just better macro. Yeah, that was that. The second game, one of the things you can do to counter mutas is mass Lings with upgrades, something I like to do. I tried to trick him with a lair. I'm guessing he saw it. He should have seen it. I don't know if he did or not. Doesn't matter. Just overwhelmed his third with lings, ran lings everywhere, and 1/1 lings are pretty good. They tank the shots from the mutas pretty well, and of course they beat just straight up lings, and eventually was able to get my own mutas out after some trading, and that was that. The third game, when I saw all his drones at his natural, I thought, well, this doesn't look right. There's too many there. I think he's doing some kind of all-in. I think he's transferred some. I could be wrong. Did he transfer some? Do you know? Or were they all... I don't remember. Anyway, they looked like there was too many. Something wasn't right. And so I'm like, well, he's all in. But I built a few too many drones, and I ran some lings in, and they all died, except for 2 banelings, or 2 that I morphed into banelings. And then I made 3 spines, but they weren't ready in time at all. And I needed some more banelings. It was a lot closer than it looked. You know, another maybe 5, 10, 15 seconds at the most, and I win the game easily. So just unfortunate, but a good series. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we enjoyed casting it. I'm sure our viewers enjoyed watching it as well. So now you're on your way down to the lower bracket. That means you can continue to play until you lose another match. What are your thoughts moving forward? Has your strategy changed at all?
I wouldn't say that it's changed really. I'm expecting a Grandmaster Terran or a Grandmaster Zerg. Hopefully Grandmaster Zerg. I think game time. I think I'd rather play him over Zan. I'm just more confident there. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
Well, all right. We, as usual, enjoy having you here. Thank you for coming out, and good luck to you in the rest of the tournament.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. We are coming up with Puck versus Zan on the main stage. Stick around.